Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now, on today's topic, we're going to talk about traffic filtering and my 5 tips and tricks for safer traffic filtering. Now I know in some places filtering is illegal. Honestly, I can't understand why. That's the whole point of riding on 2 wheels in the city. But it is what it is. In most of Europe, filtering is permitted. And here are five ways you can make traffic filtering a little bit safer. Because it is inherently a little bit dangerous, because when you're in such close proximity to cars, things can happen. So, first of all, number 1. Choose when to filter and when not to filter. Analyze the situation, and if filtering is not required, if you're close enough to the traffic light that you're gonna make the next green, I would advise not filtering. Just stay in the queue and go when the entire traffic goes. But a small pointer here: when you're sitting in a queue of cars, try to sit a little bit to the side, just so in case the guy coming up behind you, or the girl for that matter, let's say the driver coming up behind you, in case he's not paying attention, you do not want to be made a sandwich between the car behind and the car in front. So stand a little bit to one side, just in case something happens, you can quickly get out of the way. For motorcycles, I would suggest sitting in first gear with the clutch pulled in, ready to take off in case something happens. Number 2 on the list: don't rush it. Do it slowly. You're gonna make the front of the queue anyway, and you're gonna wait for the green light. Don't try to bomb down between the rows of cars. Take it nice and slow. The thing is, when cars are sitting at a stoplight, when they're stationary, there is the risk of a passenger wanting to get out. And they're seriously not gonna check their mirrors. And you might find yourself in a situation with the door flung open in your face. And that's no bueno. So do it slowly, do it carefully, and pay attention to your surroundings. Number 3 on the list: when you're filtering between the first lane and the sidewalk, watch out for any side streets like this. In case I was filtering here, I should pay attention to that street, because you may have cars coming out of the side street, or you may have cars going into the side street, and the cars coming out will not see you because you're so close to the curb. They won't have visibility to see you, and the cars that want to go into the side street will not be expecting another vehicle coming from the right side, because they're already on the first lane. So if they want to make a maneuver to turn right, they're gonna do it without checking their mirrors. Number 4 on the list, and this is very important: filter only when cars are stationary. If the traffic is moving, do not filter. If you start filtering when cars are stationary, and then traffic starts moving, as soon as you possibly can, get back in the row of cars. You can see while you're filtering, you can probably see that the traffic ahead is starting to move. So look for a gap, and when the gap comes close to you, just get back in line of the rows. Just get back in line of the rows of cars. Come on. it is inherently dangerous to try to filter when cars are moving. Because when they're moving, they may want to change lanes. And when you're between the lanes like this, you will be in the car's blind spot. And usually in city traffic, drivers do maneuvers fairly swiftly. They take a quick glance in the mirror and they do their maneuver. And if you're in their blind spot, they're not going to see you and they will knock you off your bike. Number 5 on the list: changing lanes while filtering. You may find yourself on a boulevard with 3, 4, 5 lanes, and you may be filtering between 2 lanes of cars. And maybe in front of you, the cars are too close together and you want to switch to the next lane. That means going in front of stationary cars. In between 2 stationary cars, usually the gap is pretty small. So the safe way to do it: you choose your lane where you want to go, left or right. You stop next to the driver of the car in front of which you want to pass. You signal. You look at them to make sure they acknowledge your maneuver, and then you do it slowly. Also, when you come out into the next lane, watch out for other two-wheeled vehicles filtering, because you may find yourself in the situation that another motorcycle or bicycle or scooter is coming down between the two rows of cars that you want to get, and he may not be doing it quickly. He may not be doing filtering slowly. He may be doing it quickly. So when you're between the 2 cars, have a look, see if everything is clear, and then pull out between the rows of cars. Also, when filtering, pay attention for jaywalking pedestrians. They will surprise you coming out between trucks, between buses, between cars, and they're not pedestrians. Really do not expect a motorcycle filtering, and you really don't want to knock somebody down with your bike, even if it's their fault because they're jaywalking. So those have been my 5 tips for safer traffic filtering. So let's recap: choose when to do it and when not to do it. Do it slowly and pay attention to jaywalking pedestrians. Watch out for side streets and cars coming out or going into side streets. Filter only when cars are stationary, and as soon as the traffic moves, get back into the traffic. And choose when and how to change lanes, and do it carefully and safely. If you follow these tips, you should be alright when traffic filtering. I know I have been for the past 50,000 kilometers without any sort of incident. Oh, that has been it, guys. Hope to see you in the next video. If you liked it, drop a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Take care out there and ride safe. Goodbye.